The other thing I remember about being a young girl and being very confused about, I didn't have any kind of image of myself. I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I was in the Girl Guides. And I have to say I was a bit of a slouch of a Girl Guide. It was, you know, so I'd show up on the Thursday night and hang out with my friends, but I didn't really get it. It wasn't a big deal for me. And then we got a new Girl Guide leader. And she was this very brisk and bustling British woman who came out of the Girl Guiding movement in England. And she was a staunch Girl Guider. And she was probably pretty appalled by us because we were just this group of girls that were hanging out in the church basement on Thursday night. And she instilled a sense of purpose and capability in us. She started, you know, creating structures. So she created patrols, and then she took a bunch of us that she probably thought were the troublemakers and made us the patrol leaders. So suddenly we had responsibility, and we didn't know what to do with it. We didn't know what was expected of us, but it's like, oh, somebody decided I should be a leader. Like, oh, this is kind of cool. And then she started being a little more demanding of us in terms of our uniforms and our presentation and how our little ties should be tied. And then she started giving us challenges, but she did it very quietly. She didn't do that, you know, you should do this, you should do that. She'd take one girl aside and say, you know, there's a badge for doing whatever it was, might have been baking or sewing or whatever it was. And she'd say, you know how to cook a little bit or sew, or do you think you could get this badge? And the girl said, well, gee, I don't know, maybe my mom would help me, maybe I'll do it. And then she'd go to the rest of us and say, well, so-and-so's going for her sewing badge, you know, like, you know, she's gonna have it pretty soon. Don't you think that's something you might be interested in? So she got us being quietly competitive, and we weren't competing with each other because we were all friends, but she'd show us by working with the person who seemed to be the most ready that somebody could aspire to this and achieve it, and then she'd get us all proving that we could do it too. Before you know it, we were a model Girl Guide troop. As I recall, she had me leading the precision marching, which was pretty funny. And I ended up, when I was 16, with my best friend, we both got selected, and we went to England for 5 weeks with the Girl Guides on a trip all through England, Scotland, and Wales, because she had actually encouraged us to aspire and to believe that we could do things that we actually would never have imagined doing ourselves.